So you're telling me that if the majority says tomorrow that we're all going to wear sweaters, that means it's morally correct that we do so?
It would be. Yes,
Why
it
is it always
would.
It would be? Okay, so what makes that objective and not subjective? Like, for instance, murder would be
Because it's
subjective.
universally accepted.
Yeah,
It's
but
universally
it's not,
accepted.
though, right? So, for instance, if you take murder, which is the unjustified unaliving of somebody, there are different societies which have criteria for what unjustly unaliving somebody means. So even murder would be subjective, right?
Disproving your own point, because before what you consider barbaric acts, then again, are also subjective.
Well, then if
So
that's
you're
the
literally
case, then there's no problem with
metaphorical.
colonizing them, right? Because
No,
prospectively, everybody's preference is
no.
equal. Therefore, they can never do an immoral action against another society.
Well,
However,
subjectively, we have like a subjective frame of ethics, right? What gives you the right, like ethically right? What gives you the right?
Well, I'll
ethically?
explain it. So if all you're saying is that all ethics and morals are just perspective and they're only preference based, then you could
Okay.
never make an argument that a larger society's preferences are less valid than a smaller society. So if the bigger society said our
Well,
preference,
mine is right.
our
Well,
preference
mine is
is no,
right.
this is your worldview, not mine. Your
This is
world.
your
So your
worldview, mine is right.
worldview's entailment is
Don't gaslight
everything
me.
is preference based. So if everything is preference based, you can't get mad at somebody for colonizing you. That's their preference.
She
Bruh.
she made me steer off the point. All right, so real quick, Andrew. So yes, there are instances where some may believe that murder is okay. However, that is not the overwhelming majority, right?
Well,
You
no.
stated, you
Hang on,
stated
hang
an
on. I'm not
example.
saying that they're saying murder's okay.
Let-
I'm saying they're saying there's different criteria for what a murder is.
It's justified, yes. It's correct.
Yeah.
There's different criteria where it's justified.
Yeah,
However, the
correct.
example that you gave is a very small minority relative to universally accepted majority.
Yeah, but why is a universally accepted majority and their preferences more or less valid than a small tribe's?
Because it should be, don't you think?
No,
Don't you
well,
think
it
that
should
is
be
an
is not an argument for justification. Why? Why should it be?
Because murder is simply wrong. That is an objective fact.
How is
Murder
that
of an innocent
objective
person-
fact? It's just an assertion.
You
I
don't
have
think
some-
that murder is objectively
I
wrong?
want
of an innocent
to. I want to
person?
say that not everyone on the
Well,
panel
but
has the same
regardless of what I
ethics.
believe, making the assertion that it is doesn't mean it is.
Well, no, man. Okay, so what do you think about just ethics in general and like morality? You just think that
Well, I
it's
think me
from the
personally, I
assertion
think
that
that morality and ethics is objective. However, who cares ultimately? If you say that all morality just boils down to a subjective preference, then you can never make an argument against colonization because their subjective preference for colonizing is just as valid as a subjective preference to not be colonized.
Well, I don't know why you're making the argument that something is subjective, and then you say, "Well, I actually believe that it's subjective."
Well,
You're just being
why
argumentative.
can't I do an internal critique regardless of what my ethical standards are? That makes no sense.
You're not following your own logic.
No,
That's
first
the
of
issue.
all, wait a second. I am following
Yeah.
my own logic. I'm doing an internal critique. So this is what you believe. You believe all ethics and morals are subjective, and if that is the standard, how can
No,
you ever
I did
assert
not say that.
colonization is wrong? I don't
Wait a
get
minute.
that.
Wait a minute. I said no, I didn't say all. I said certain. A lot of ethics are objective, right? But
Then
there are
then
certain
then
ones
tell
that are
me what
subjective.
makes them objective.
Like being gay, for instance, right?
Yeah.
That is a subjective whether it's ethically right or wrong. And I'm actually religious, believe it or not.
Yeah, but tell
But
me what makes it objective. What makes it objectively right or wrong?
when it's an overwhelming majority, not just the
Oh no.
majority, an
So
overwhelming
wait. So
majority.
you're appealing to
That's
the
my guide. I'm
majority?
telling you what my guideline is.
You're
It's
telling me that if the majority says tomorrow that we're all going to wear swastikas, that means it's morally correct that we do so?
it would be. Yes,
Why
it
is it
would.
always
But
It
jump to
would
not
be
everyone?
okay. So then, if the
you're
overwhelming, so if the overwhelming majority,
Just
so hang on, I just want to make sure. So if the overwhelming majority said tomorrow that they can SA whatever women that they want whenever they want, that would be moral, correct?
if as humans we truly believe that, which by the way we would not, then
Yeah, but if
yes.
we
But
did,
there's
then
a
yes.
reason why we don't believe
Well,
that.
I
why
see.
are you- why
So
is it arbitrary?
as long as the overwhelming majority believe a thing, then anything that they do is justified
Let
in
me
your
ask you this.
worldview.
Do you think the
That's insane.
overwhelming majority-
Sir, do you realize
That's
how
not
insane
insane.
that
That's
is to
not
say?
Mom, I'm scared. Come get me.
You know how insane your example is? You're giving an example that is simply not true, right?
Yeah,
That is
hypotheticals are
just-
designed to test the logic. They don't have to be based in reality. The reality
get
is
that,
the
but you're
extension of
giving-
your logic states that if the supermajority of people believe in X, then X is justified and moral, no matter how heinous it is. And I
Let
completely
me ask you this. Yes.